Good evening, friends. Starting just a tiny bit late because things happen. But, yeah, we're doing more Monster Train. We're continuing on with the hat trick challenge. We, after failing right at the finishing line with Bullet last night, which is a little depressing, we started doing Tethys. We already did Chillwind, which is the one I was most scared of, so hopefully the other two runs go well. Because I don't want to have to try to win with Chillwind again. Regardless, let's jump into it and figure out what we're doing. So we did Pyreborn as our allied clan, which seems legit. The best two options for Tethys would have been like Pyreborn or Luna. Hellhorn is also good. Lazarus as well also would have been okay, just because Lazarus is a versatile and strong clan. But Pyreborn has a lot of good tools for us. So that's what we're doing. Anyways, we used up Bogworms already. And we did use up a decent number of cards. Nothing too big other than Frenzied Swarm. Lazarus Bullet will carry us next time. I mean, I was pretty happy with Banished. And again, we did get right to the end. I made some bad choices and got a little unlucky. And it really hurt us. Unfortunately. But so be it. So anyways, we picked Bogworm already. I technically can use Savagery for Sweep Tethys. I don't really want to do that, but it is an option. I just really don't like relying on Savagery. And particularly, I don't like the, quick sweep Savagery permascaling. I think that's fun to do occasionally. I really don't like relying on it regularly. That said, Time Father is pretty good for us. I think the run could have been saved. You do two birds and gamble on Sketch picking the right bird. I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of ways that could have gone wrong, though. I mean, there's a lot of ways I could have saved that run. Like, if we had been able to take the melee weakness spell, but unfortunately I used it in a prior run, that would have helped a ton. Because then I could have held on to Quick, and I would have had enough bulk to trample over the entire floor. Because that was just the issue, is I just didn't have quite enough damage to trample over them in Quick. Yeah, anyways, there's a lot of ways it could have worked. I just didn't work out. But anyways, for Tethys, Frizzle's Horde is always good. Life Mothers, I think we want for one of these two. And I think Echo the Time Father is actually pretty solid for Handheld Totem. The problem is we don't know what we're going to be offered. Because again, if we're offered Chillwind and one of the other two, we have to take the other two, whatever it is. I think we're going to just do Time Father, and we're going to hope that we get Handheld Totem. And if we don't, whatever, it's fine. We'll do what we can. It just may end up being a worthless pyre for us. Okay. So we have Helical and we have Cold Kalia again. Both things that we used on the prior run. And therefore can't actually draft, but they're part of our starting deck, so they are what they are. I was sort of considering implementing an additional stipulation that, if we start with a banner unit that we've used, we just can't upgrade it. I've largely been adhering to that. There was one time where we gave an event upgrade to the Paraffin Enforcer that we weren't using. But I might just implement that. Because this wasn't an issue in Monster Train 1 because you just didn't get a starting banner unit. But anyways, all that said, we got the Helical, we got the Flicker. I definitely want to see what I'm offered first. Okay, so Handheld Totem is the one that I wanted. We can pick either, but Handheld Totem is both the one I'm more afraid of and the one that I was specifically taking Time Father for. So. Don't really care about the Sacrificial Grist. It's very unlikely that we build into that. Like, it can be good, especially if you have, like, Endless on a Snotty Whelp, for instance. We'll take the Magma Core. It's just a pretty solid artifact. Particularly at Higher Covenant, where you have, the Vengeful Shards in your deck. Okay, so I think what we're doing is we're doing this. And we're going to try to preserve Tethys and let you just kind of sweep some of the enemies for us. Magma Core for the Entropy Pyre. Oh, wait, yeah, fuck Entropy. How you doing, Ether? How you doing, Tiny? Okay, we at least are mitigating the enemies. Well, we're gonna do that, and then we're just going to kill off a couple of you so you take less damage, I guess. Oh, I need to remember that I do have your ability. Okay. May as well play that one. There's no reason to take the damage right now. Okay. So, we're gonna do that. Doesn't do anything, but there's no reason not to play it. And then we'll freeze that. But I think that's basically the best we're getting. It's like, yeah, we can also use Tethys' ability right now, but the extra magic power is fairly little to us. We're still gonna do it. And then we're gonna get a little bit of spell weakness stacked up. And then we are going to do that and explode the shit out of him. This is why we took Time Father. Because it just gets rid of the main problem of Handheld Totem. Or at least one of the main problems. So I can't take Helical Crystallis. Could take Energy Siphon. Honestly, kind of want to take Energy Siphon. Could take Kettle Hex, which is also sort of along the same idea as Echo Time Father, but I mostly just don't care. I will take Energy Siphon, I guess. So I can't take... I think I forgot to record it. I'm almost certain we had Lava Armor in the prior run. So we're going to add that to the thing right now. Because we were definitely putting that on the... on the Titan Sentry. I don't think I ever removed it. So, we'll just add that to the list right there. Okay, anyways, so. And this is, yeah, the one where we already used up Alchemy. Do we want Golden Touch? It's the only one we could draft here. I think the answer is no. I do kind of want to go for the Merchant of Steel at the very least, so I can, like, look for, like, Incant Armor and, like, Titanite or Large Stone. I think it is guess you benefit from spell weakness with it. In regards to what? Could also look for Guard to the Unnamed here, which is underwhelming in the grand scheme of things, but pretty good for me now. I don't think I'm going to let myself put, like, Holdover on a Helical. Golden Touch. Yes. to be clear, are you saying that it procs the Slay effect multiple times? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It only procs the extra damage multiple times, basically. If that is what you're trying to say with Golden Touch. I could be wrong. Like, I don't play with spell weakness all that often, and they could have changed that at any time. Oh, no, I just mean it'd be more accessible to get slays with it. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of fair. I just didn't want it for a number of reasons. I'd be okay with taking it on Conduit Tethys. Spell weakness does apply to all hits. That's not what I was saying, Ether. I was trying to figure out why Tiny was specifically mentioning spell weakness in regard to Golden Touch, and I wasn't sure if Tiny was trying to say that, like, if you have spell weakness on an enemy and then hit them with Golden Touch, it will proc the Slay bonus one time per spell weakness, which is not how it works. But that's not what Tiny was saying, so I just misunderstood. Anyways, all that aside, Flicker is alright, just like giving holdover and magic power to Flicker does a lot of work for us. We do need to deal with Savagery in the long term. What is Tethys' attack at rank 3? Hello, Salami, how you been? It's 30. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really hesitating here. I think I would like to go here, maybe look for Guard to the Unnamed. The problem is I don't have any spells that I'm really happy to upgrade. Merchant of Arms can do some okay work for us. I think we just go here. Holdover's pretty good. Well, do I want a Nameless Siren? Kind of. It's not really what I was hoping to get here. Yeah, it's not exactly what I had in mind. Got laid off, sadly? I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I didn't realize. So I have way more free time. God. Well, that sucks. I did see you were, like, online, like, middle of the day, and I was like, I guess it just has the day off or something, but didn't realize. Well, that's really shitty. I will make time to hang out for sure. We definitely need to spend some time together. No, but got laid off on Friday? Yeah. Well, that's really shit. I think we're taking the Nameless Siren. And I think we're doing a holdover Flicker. The holdover Energy Siphon's also kind of cute, but I think we just do this. But I bought 2 boxes of Chaos Dwarves. I was curious if you're going to be interested in Chaos Dwarves. I would love to re-roll. I think I am going to re-roll. Yeah, just looking for, like, the plus 10 magic power. Because that does a lot more work for me right now. You sold Nurgle? What? That is truly shenanigans to me. Like, I know you weren't as excited about them as you were previously, but they still are, you know, your sort of thing. Okay, so I think what we're doing is we're setting up... Oh god, I have less Ember, don't I? Well... Oh god, and it's the haste dudes. Well, somehow, despite how much I've played this game, I still consistently can never remember that this is the battle with the haste dudes, and I need to pay attention to that. Something about it just does not tick with me. I was really hoping that we were going to hit the Flicker there, by the way. Also, shame that I have the lower Ember, because then I can't just kill him with the Frozen Lance. Alright, well, let's mitigate how much damage we've got coming in. Let's still Slay the Darkness so I can just run them with Mark and Urgle and do so with way cooler units. I mean, that's fair. Okay, I think it is still probably worth doing that. God, I finally get the flicker there. The question is just, do I want to freeze this? And I think I don't. Oh, and it's you. God, of course it is. Yeah, I guess we're doing this. And then you're gonna escape, whatever, that's fine. My concern is killing the boss. And at least being on bottom floor, we don't immediately die to the spikes, but it's not good. But, yeah, that's most of the damage right there. But I also want to set up a semi-permanent board game night. I can rip and Sean, my friend Jeff. Yeah, let us do that. Tethys animation sure is something. I, like, never actually pay attention to the Tethys animation that plays. Until people, like, point it out. So I kind of want the Maulus Mage, because it does sort of work with us having the holdover flicker. On the other hand, it's much better in a world where we have it on the floor where we're actually casting spells. And that's a whole other separate issue. Also, I might want to save it for Conduit Tethys, because it will pay off a lot better there. Kind of. I think I mostly just don't care. Also, I hate Titan's Gratitude. Technically, kind of nice in that it is attuned and can sort of do more damage, but also just a bad card. Again, I could take the Golden Touch. We're not going to. I think we're going to skip on the Snotty Whelp. It's sort of interesting. I kind of want to go here. I think we're going for the Merchant of Magic. Though, again, I basically just don't have spells I really care about. Other than the Helical, which I'm trying to avoid making my primary spell. Going here, I could look for... what am I trying to say? Spell Sanctum is okay. It's not really what I was planning on, though. What Archeon is this? The Rage one, of course. I could get, like, Meat Shield, potentially, which would be helpful. I could maybe get Overgrowth Carapace, which would be not great in the long term, but would solve many of my problems right now. Trying to think if there's anything else that I, like, really, truly care about there. There's no equipment that gives, like, dualism. Otherwise, like, Tethys giving off 6 spell weakness on hit would be cool. I'm like 10 nights past Hades 2 Epilogue, most of my drive to play is gone, feels bad, man. I mean, like, that's pretty normal, I think, for Hades. Like, a lot of the draw of it is the narrative, and you have already played a lot of Hades by that point. So it doesn't surprise me too much. Especially in a world where there's just tons of other games to play these days. Anyways, I know I'm hemming and hawing here. I suppose I should check, are there any Pyroborn units that I really care about? Like, I'd be pretty happy with, like, Magma Cultist, kind of. I would also be happy to keep Magma Cultist for the last run. Miser is okay. Magma Mauler I would be sort of okay with taking here. Zealot I'd be happy with, obviously. Hothead, again, is pretty good. Except that I have, like, no ways to scale its damage. It does just, like, mitigate some problems, though. I guess we're going here. I don't know what we're really doing. Holdover, okay. I can sort of do interesting things with that. I will take the Hothead, I guess. Okay. Fine, I guess. That's not really what I wanted, but it will get me through the current situation a little better. So, if I weren't trying to avoid using the helical, I would do that. Instead, we're going to do this. And... I don't know, man. I don't know. Here we are. We have an awkward situation. Especially, the problem is I have, like, no defense. And that is an issue. Okay, so. I mean, I don't hate that. We are going to kill you there, and then just start wounding you, I guess. And then you're going to get a little bit more Pyrogel from the Magma Core. We do take just a chunk of damage here, unfortunately, because I can't, like, kill you with a spell. So I guess we just get some damage off and play out a unit. And get some spell weakness onto Archeon. Yeah, you're going to start losing the reanimate, which is expected. Not much I can do about that. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to do this, and then put some Pyrogel on you and do that, and I guess you can have a buddy too. It does mean that he's getting some rage, which is scary. I probably should have put you behind the Cold Kalia so that we could hold on to your reanimate for longer. I didn't. That's just something we're going to have to deal with in our life. Not helpful. I really need to get rid of some of these shit draws. I guess you're not dead yet, so you'll be able to absorb a hit. Well, do what we can. It's looking dire, though. God, the Siren just, like, is basically dead wherever I play her, too. Well, we'll still put you there, I guess. Hey, at least we're generating Pyrogel. God, fuck me. Sadly, you don't have your thing up again yet. Well, we at least got rid of your frontliner. We got a tiny bit of melee or spell weakness on you. And there we go. The thrilling handheld Totem Tethys gameplay. Okay, so Never doubted for a second. I mean, so I was pretty sure that I could get through that battle, but like we're not in good shape. I was really kind of hoping for like Pyroclasm. I'd also be plenty happy to get Pyroclasm on Conduit Tethys. Like that is really the ideal thing. Or Ancient Synergy is also very good for Conduit Tethys. I would love to stop using the Helical, but I need to use it right now to get past. Gifts for Guard is a maybe. It is concerning, though. Tome of Contracts is technically good with the Hothead, but I don't know. A lot of things are good with Conduit Tethys. Yeah, it's almost like Conduit is Tethys' best path by a pretty wide margin. We're not taking Devilish Details right now. Especially because I think on this patch, there's still the sort of bug, sort of not bug, that Tethys' Rune Speak ability, where she draws a card and gives extra magic power to it. Where that can hit Devilish Details and increase the amount of damage it does to your Pyre. I kind of want to take Tome of Contracts. Remove Consume Contracts all in. It doesn't help me, though, unless I have multiple units that are using that. Yeah, it's not that helpful. The problem is I have no way to scale up his damage unless I also get equipment for that, and I'm not really keen on that. Alright, we're gonna skip. Do I want to take the Magma Cultist? I feel like maybe I need to take the Magma Cultist. I didn't really want to have to take Magma Cultist here, though. What I need is a goddamn Merchant of Magic, or a Merchant of Steel. I also do... We do get a Merchant of Steel here. I really would like to see the Stygian banner first, because if I could get Guard of the Unnamed, that would also be pretty good for me. Okay. I think we're taking Magma Cultist, and then we just gotta figure out something to do with Conduit later. I think we're just taking Ember for now. Defense? What defense? I mean, that's how it feels right now. Can't say that's exactly what I was hoping for, but fine. Yeah, I probably need to use the Nameless Siren. Alright, we're just doing this. We have a bunch of problems. Tons and tons of problems. But that's sort of okay. As far as what I'm doing here, do I want to take Flicker number 2? Kind of. Do I want to dupe the Magma Cultist? Also kind of, because then I could run Cultist, Siren, Tethys. I actually still have capacity after that. Unfortunately, the Siren has fuck all defense, which is a problem, but hey. Also, I really just need better spells to be utilizing the spell weakness from Tethys and all that. Regardless, we're doing this. That's whatever, fine. I would really like to remove some things, but we're not going to. Okay. Yeah, this is the problem, is that these guys are gonna fuck with me. Like, we can mitigate their issues, but eventually they are just going to ruin my shit. And I'm sorry. I forgot. Like, I knew they had Titan Skin. Didn't really think about what that meant. But so we're just gonna give them some Pyre Gel. So then we can kill them. Oh, actually, I really should be incanting as much as I can on this floor, because I have incant units, particularly on the defensive front. I will play you, and then we'll explode there. Kind of should have done that in a different order, but that's okay. We'll get rid of you instead of playing out the spell. Okay, you're unfortunately still going to lose some reanimate, but that's fine. You're doing your job of just blocking some shit for me. Okay, so you're gonna die here to the corruption no matter what. I could pull something. I'm gonna leave that, I guess. I was hoping that the helical wouldn't be drawn, so then I could use this and have a higher chance of drawing it. I mean, whatever, it's fine. Okay, we should be fine, because even if we don't kill here, which we're gonna kill here, but even if we didn't, then, you know, he'd have some spell weakness on him, yada yada yada, we'd be okay. But we get there. My deck is still what we might generously call a clusterfuck, but it's less bad. God, the Guardian Stone is sort of appealing. The problem is I have to draw into the Guardian Stone. But I will probably take it. Urchin Spine's also kind of cute, but we're gonna take the Guardian Stone. And we can't take Dragon's Breath. Could take Sacrificial Chamber. I think we're just gonna skip here. And unfortunately that Stygian banner is not on the same size as the Merchant of Steel. So, I think we're going to the Merchant of Steel. Also, my mouse is being too finicky. Yeah, God, my deck is just a mess. Alright, here we go. Fine, I guess. I don't know that's really worth it for me. Okay, this is a minor cost. We're gonna give you that. And then I need to make decisions. I think we're just doing that. Okay, now, do we want dualism on you, or do we want it on you? And I think the answer is on you. Because I'm not... I don't know when I'm going to draw into the Guardian Stone, especially since I have multiple, like, holdover things. So, we're gonna do it like this. Just mitigate some of our problems. Here we go. What do you got? I mean, Umberstone is kind of cute. It's largely unnecessary for me. him up against Savagery. I'm gonna skip it. I probably should take it, but it's mostly just that it's like a high-cost card that I'd have to prepare, and yeah, I don't know. Here we are. Unfortunately, this guy does scare me as a boss, since it doesn't really matter how much damage I'm dealing. That's not the issue. I think I just play you here. Remnant Tome for Hothead sounds okay. Yeah, kind of. I hadn't really considered that, but fair point. Okay, so what are you going to draw for me? A goddamn Frozen Lamps. Everybody's least favorite pile of despair. Okay, and now I have enough to kill that guy before he can attack. You're still taking some damage, which is not ideal, but we're getting there. We're working on things. That is rather disappointing. I think it's really bad that you know this Siren for years. You still don't know her name. I did forget that I kind of wanted to leave Space Oven for the Guardian Stone. Oh well. We'll see what we can do. Not the one I wanted to draw. Yeah, we got problems. Because again, the problem with this boss is not like dealing damage. It's that I need to do enough procs of damage after I knock it down to no HP. And that means I need to have either a lot of attacks or better defense or both. And I don't have that. Oh, thank God it's enough though. Yeah, there we go. I knew that playing out the shard was going to change things. Because it wasn't getting as much Pyro Gel, but I assumed we'd still have it. Anyways, I get a little bit of extra gold by farming his Reanimate with the Sacrificial Chamber. And there we go. Okay. Crystalline Seeds is technically sort of valuable in a world where we have Pyrogel buildup, which we do. Titan's Tooth is nice, except for the part where I have no discard. Guardian Amulet is nice, except again, I need a way to play it consistently. I'm still gonna take it, I guess. Superheated is cute. Wealthy Whelp does nothing for us. Fanning the Flame, we're gonna not take. Although that is kind of cute as a handheld totem payoff card. God, it's such a mess, though. Still kind of like it. Fine. I shouldn't. I'm doing it. Alright, we're going here. We'll figure out the misery of things to come. Holdover and Intrinsic. I mean, I do really want to hold over Fanning the Flame, but also, like, hold over Guardian's Amulet is sort of nice, too. It's expensive is the problem, but giving -4 attack to every enemy is not bad. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty okay with doing that. I can also dupe it and then be giving off -8 to every enemy every turn. Like, that is legit helpful. It is a mess, but I'm gonna do it, I think. I think I just kind of have to. Right. Sadly, can't afford many of the things in my deck. Would really love to get, like, Vola's Tuning Fork or Split Anvil. But here we are. So I was going to dupe the Magma Cultist, but I think we're just doing this. Yeah, and I had forgotten that I also wanted to reroll, because I would love to get Spell Chain, and I think we're doing Spell Chain Energy Siphon, because I've already got holdover for it, and it's also kind of cute for murdering bosses. It's not totally perfect, since I am knocking off the spell weakness on bosses pretty consistently with the Flicker, which is pretty underwhelming, but so be it, fine, that's what I got. I was gonna leave capacity open here. But I think we're just gonna do this. Not helpful, but fine. Okay. Yeah, don't love that you're surviving, but might be able to mitigate that in a moment. The problem is you do get a bunch of extra attack, which helps overcome all of my life's great plans. I mean, I could stop playing the Guardian Amulet, kind of. Okay, we're doing that so that he doesn't just absolutely shred my pyre. Alright, we're gonna freeze that, I guess. So I can still get the Guardian Amulet if I want it. I find you very scary. Sadly, not getting rid of the Calcified Ember. Oh well. Okay. We'll just keep him alive a little bit longer. It just seems useful to do. And then we'll just keep using our big batch of holdover stuff to just mitigate what we can. Yeah, I'll do some damage. I did forget that that eats the spell weakness. It is weird that abilities do. I really feel like they shouldn't. And also that does make the Hothead a lot less appealing for me right now, kind of. I mean, not that I have particularly strong spells at the moment, but I still feel like I mostly have better things I can be doing. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I mean, we should have this, no problem. Ooh, an enhanced fire starter. It would be so nice to actually be drawing spells that matter with that. I mean, I guess the Hothead is the strongest thing I've got at the moment, so... Look at him go! Exploding enemies. He still dies, whatever, that's fine. Oh, man. There we go. Well, we at least stabilized enough that Kale was not a problem for us. I will take Harness the Titan, I think. Although, Soldier of Fortune... If I hit Intrinsic, would also let me draw the Guardian Stone. Hurts my soul to see Guardian Amulet getting hard cast repeatedly. Yeah, it feels bad, but it is what it is. But I can't take Frenzied Swarm anymore, and I wasn't offered Offering Token, so my options are fairly limited for discarding it. Like, yeah, there was Titan's Gratitude, but it's a bad card, and also we had no idea that we were going to be using the Guardian Amulet later. I mean, I kind of want to Harness the Titan, honestly. Though, again, I would have to get, like... I'd have to minus cost it. I would have to do a variety of things to make it, like, truly useful. Drain is your final discard hope, I guess. So, Deep Offering is the other option. And Deep Offering is good. But it does come with a bunch of problems. Because again, I'd basically be looking at, like, remove, consume, and holdover. And I don't... Because, like, if I don't hit those, it is dramatically worse for me. It's still okay-ish, kind of. But it's really not what I want. I'm just going to take the Soldier of Fortune, I think. Maybe. I'm really not terribly happy about this. I mean, I do kind of just want that. Also, Sacrificial Chamber, not particularly helpful. I don't think I even played it in that fight. God, I would love to get rid of so many cards. I don't know. The Soldier of Fortune lets me draw the Guardian Stone. I don't know how much that actually helps me, though. It also doesn't minus cost it, which is kind of fine. You know what? We'll do it. Even though it's giving me more Calcified Embers, we're taking another Ember upgrade because that's life. And we're going here. Well, there's Remove, Consume, Holdover. Can't say that's actually what I wanted. Yeah. That's substantially worse. Especially with so many, like, holdover cards, I don't really draw through my deck. But here we are. I mean, I guess we're keeping the Helical, because, like, whatever. It is what it is at this point. Yeah. Alright. Not terribly exciting. And the spikes is actually a big problem for me here, but we're not going to live a life where we don't take every trial, so... actually, I'm sorry. We're gonna do this slightly different just so I can put out all of my units on turn 1, so I don't have to draw them later. The Hothead is sort of useful for me on bottom floor, and we might actually want him there, but I kind of want to leave capacity open. In the original game plan, I kind of wanted to take capacity at some point, but here we are. God, of course you hit the wrong thing. Yeah, which then means that you're going to die. Well, and you're dying. That's not acceptable. And I probably need to set up on a different floor. I'd considered setting up on a different floor, and then I tried setting up on this floor anyways for some ungodly reason. Let's just not be on bottom floor. Don't know why I decided that was a good plan. I mean, the biggest problem is I have issues surrounding the whole not dying to... I'm sorry, we're actually doing it slightly differently. The spikes are a problem for me, but we can probably mitigate that, hopefully, maybe. Or if need be, I can just not play you on deployment, but anyways, we're putting you on the bottom floor. You're technically sort of helpful. Yeah. Not incredibly helpful, but technically. There's the flicker we know and love. Also, wrong order. Also, I mean, whatever, it's fine. Okay. I guess we don't need the other Guardian Arm amulet at the moment. Like, I could sort of just hold on to it, but I'm not going to. So if we give you spell weakness, then that does definitely kill. And I can get rid of one of those finally. Unfortunately, the spell weakness does cause me issues. Oh, and I probably should be using the Hothead's ability on top floor, just so I can kill this a little faster. It, like, doesn't really matter, let's be very clear, but technically is a thing we should be doing. Well, we tried. We can at least kill one of them before they attack. Honestly, I'm going to take the damage just to give them some Pyre Gel. So that we are maybe less fucked against the big, beefy frontliners that are going to ruin our life. Maybe. Okay, so let's kill you. Alright. Good job. Hey, you know what? It worked out alright. Our deck is sort of working. Also, we get a little bit of Avarice from the Soldier of Fortune. It's just a shame that we didn't get Intrinsic on that. That is so badly what we wanted. But, hey, here we are. No! Oh, that time I didn't cooperate. We at least have a bunch of armor, though. Like, that is something. And I'm glad that we have multiple of those, so we can knock off the spell shields. Yes. Go on and murder. I mean, the deck is working surprisingly well at this point. We do still have problems to overcome. Like, you know, not dying to... the Seraph fight is what I'm trying to say. That was a disappointing draw if I've ever seen one. Okay. Yeah, I basically just draw the same things every turn because I just have so many holdover things, which is a problem because I don't have enough draw to match the amount of holdover things that I've got. I knew this to be the case. Nonetheless, here we are. God, really? Fine. It just had to hit any one of the frontliners, and we would have killed them all before they could have attacked. Also, I take a lot of damage there, unfortunately. Okay, so you have gotten rid of your spell shields. And then we can explode the shit out of you. I took a lot of damage. I'm not happy about that. I can't really afford to take another Guardian's Amulet. I don't want the Glacial Seal, even though it is nice with the Pyre Gel. Unnamed Tome, I haven't used yet. The problem is it's often just gonna be a waste for me. So I'm gonna skip. Mind Cage is honestly okay, but I think I'm just gonna skip. I'm fairly low on HP. Like, I do have Bone Dog. The removals would be nice here. Don't know what I would do. I could do, like, the Magma Cultist, maybe. I think that is probably worth doing. And I do have 8 Deployment Ember. You know what? Let's do that, honestly. Void Armament for Tethys is kind of cute. I will happily take Founding Seal. Really wish I had gotten the Lightstone Casing earlier. Yeah, those don't matter. Okay. Sure. Well, we have Void Armament now. And we get it for free, so that's a thing. Do I want Deployable Spell Sanctum? I don't think it really matters. I can essentially play everything that I draw every turn, since I just draw the same stuff every turn, basically. It's not really something that I need to save for Conduit Tethys, because Conduit Tethys' whole thing is that she discounts spells anyways. But still. Okay. So, we live in an interesting world now. Well, let's remove as many bad chaff cards as we can, which is not many. Sadly. And I think we're just duping the Magma Cultist. But what about the 6-cost spells? Yeah, none of those that exist. Okay, I still have a lot of issues. But here we are. Yeah, and I can't play out all of you. Oh well, let's see what we can do. I mean, thanks for cooperating. It is like the... Fuck me, except I drew the wrong thing because I didn't play you all out. I mean, it's fine, I do survive. It just feels so bad to draw the wrong thing. whatever. Go there. Who cares? Could have prevented damage, I guess. I don't know. He did get rid of the melee weakness with a 1 damage hit, which was cute. I will happily play you out, although I do wish that you had been played out earlier. Yeah, that was my fear. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Not wild about this turn of events, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, I mean, like, we do some damage. We're mitigating problems. Actually, probably should have held on to that. You're just taking a bunch of damage, so I'm not too worried about that for the moment. Don't care about Firestarter. God damn it. You're not quite dead, but that's fine. Also, I thought about putting the Void Armament on Tethys. I think maybe that's still what I wanted to do. Just because getting, again, 6 spell weakness on things is pretty cool. The problem is I don't really have good payoff spells for the most part. And that's a bit disappointing. Okay, enough to kill you. Since turns out, Founding Seal is very good. I mean, Magma Colossus in general is solid, but now that we're getting even more Pyrogel, it's really helpful. Unfortunately, we'd love to play with the Calcified Ember. But I do think I more or less want to do that. And unfortunately, I can't freeze it in hand. Most of the time, that's a benefit to you, but in this instance, I really wish that I could. So I was trying to get rid of some chaff for my deck. Like, I would really prefer to draw, like, the, Fanning the Flame. But I can't. Oh, you're gonna die. I was gonna save you for next turn, but I actually can't, so... I mean, there's no reason not to play this right now. Okay. There's a very stark difference. We went from doing 400 damage to 4,000 damage. Like, no great surprise. And again, we sort of had backup if it had failed. But yeah, I really did whiff on a lot of the things I wanted for this run. We've cobbled together sort of a solution, but we're still real awkward, and I do wish that I had better draw, because I just have so many holdover things, and I am basically an incant deck that's not that great at incanting. Because I don't have Spell Chain, except on one card that I didn't even draw that battle. Yeah, we do have problems. I do kind of want to give that to you. She does have a silly animation when being targeted. It is weird that, like, most units don't have a being targeted animation, so I forget that Tethys does. I think we still just want to do this, but that's kind of cute. Please draw the right thing. Yeah, I didn't think you would. Oh well. Unhelpful. Okay, you're not dead yet. You're not in great shape, but you're not dead yet either. Oh well, here we are. If I were less feeling in danger, I could also start sapping Dominion, which would be nice. I think I want to do it like this. Oh, wrong order. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then the Pyrolite. And then that, and these guys are doing a little bit of damage, and you're taking damage from the corruption, and I will freeze you. I'm also not as bad as it looks right now. I have Bone Dog's Pendant, which represents 25 HP, basically, because it's a fourth of my health. So, it's not as bad as it looks. Okay, at least it's another zero-cost spell. Unfortunately, you are ruining my dude, which I'm not happy about, but I think it's still best for you to be in front, just to absorb some of the damage right now. I guess maybe not. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure the Magma Cultist doesn't die, because that is such a higher priority to me. Well, yeah, that didn't hit the right target. I mean, honestly, maybe that's okay. You've already got 82 Pyrogel on you. Eh, we'll let it happen. But I did get him killed through my own hubris, which feels bad. Wrong ordering, but hey. Yeah, I would really love if that would hit the enemies that I wanted to hit. Anyways, we're in good shape. Also, we don't draw the Curses of Entropy, ever, because I don't draw new cards. Anyways, I'll just not let you do damage to me, I guess, because there's no real reason for me to do anything else. Alright. Well, we definitely did not make the best use of, the spell weakness, but we did use it. Like, it was very important to us early on. My deck was not great. But we got there. We did use up a number of important things. Like, we used up a fair number of units. That's okay. We won the run. That's the important thing. Okay, so that was Handheld Totem. And we did that with Time Father, which is going off screen. We're just gonna say time. Okay. And so, still have the good siren? Yes. That is important to me. It is, unfortunate, we are fairly contingent upon hitting some good things. And, sadly, Ice Tornado is not a common anymore. Because it got swapped with, I think it was Cuddle Hex. Really wish that was in the common pool, because that would be very helpful for my current needs. It being in the uncommon pool is really not what I want. But there's still Crypt Builder. There's still Ice Tornado, Ice Storm. The two that we really want to hit, I mean, like, Crypt Builder is still very good for me. But the two that we really want to hit are Ancient Synergy and Pyroclasm. Pyreball is a decent replacement. Yes, Pyreball is also something that I'm glad we've kept. But anyway, so let us get the things recorded. So we had Guardian Stone, which did help a fair bit. Not a big deal to have lost it, though. Like, it's a cool unit. It's just that it not being a banner unit makes it way harder to utilize well. Hothead was important for us. It was not its best use ever, but it was important for us. The Magma Cultists were very good, unsurprisingly. I saw someone bashing on Magma Cultists the other day, and that one just baffled me a little bit. It's like my favorite Pyreborn unit. I mean, I also really like a number of other units. Hothead is very good and cool and fun. Zealot is very cool, though it's a rare unit, so you don't see it all that often. Greed Dragon is alright. I also like Pyre Blooded a lot more than other people do, which, to be fair, is a low bar, because there's a lot of people who bash on Pyre Blooded. What bash? I think they just underrate it and like really overstate how much Pyre Zealot needs to get rolling. But also, people are so hyperbolic with it, where they're like, "Oh, it's the worst unit in the game." I'm like, no, it's not like an amazing unit. It does some good things for Pyreborn as a clan, and it is certainly not as hard to work as people make it out to be. But look, there's way worse units. Like, for instance, Shadow Siege offhand still exists and does nothing for you. I think I've only seen Pyre Blooded once on my runs, haven't seen it since. I mean, yeah, rare units are real rare. But anyways, ranting aside. So I think that was all the units. As far as spells go, I'm going to run out of space real quick. What are we looking at? So Energy Siphon. Flicker. Soldier of Fortune. Fanning the Flame. No, we already had Helical Crystallis. There's Guardian's Amulet. Imagine hating Pyre Blood when Shadow Siege exists. So much hate. Yeah. I think that was all the spells. And then for rooms, we had Sacrificial Chamber. I think I spelled that right the first time. Sacrificial Chamber. I think that was the only room. Again, really wish this was just like a officially supported mode, so I didn't have to track all this myself. Anyways, and then there's a Void Armament. I need to make a little bit more space. We'll just do that rather than... No, that makes it hard to read. We'll do it like that. There we go. Okay. I think that was everything. Okay, so new run. So we are going to use Life Mother's Pyre, which feels maybe a little cheesy, but like it is very much the pyre that we are going to want for Conduit here. I mean, obviously, we could also do, like, Fierce Greed, which is good. Merciless Horde is also good. Oh, and, not that we really need to do this yet, but on the handy little tracking sheet, 1 second. I know it doesn't like super matter, but I can't remember which. Yeah, I thought Handle Totem was the third one. I don't have these labeled anymore, so it like doesn't really matter. I just still, for my own edification, want to mark which one we have done, which one we haven't. But anyways, there we go. Dominion Pyre is a bit hard to use for this challenge, huh? Yes, kind of. I also just don't really want to use it. But yeah, it is more worrisome because, you know, you're blocked out of drafting a bunch of things. And it definitely, since you can't skip on those starting drafts, you would have to, like, if you end up with a draft where you have two things you've already used, you'd have to take something. I mean, if anyone ever does this challenge other than me, I think just Dominion Pyre should be blocked. I think it just, like, breaks the spirit of the challenge in a lot of ways, so. Also, I think just people in general way overuse and over-rely on Dominion Pyre, but that's a personal opinion. But anyways, we're using Life Mothers. That's what we're doing. Well, there's the Nameless Siren. And Lava Float, and Energy Siphon. Things we've already used. Conduit is here. I kind of feel like I should re-roll just because literally everything I have is something we've used already. I don't, like, particularly care about how strong they're. Honestly, it's not a very strong start. Like, I think I just run it because it just feels a little bad that I have so many things automatically given to me that we've already used. But that's fine. We'll just live with it. Pretty confident we just want Golden Idol here. If this were Rules of Containment, which it gives Frostbite on entry, I'd be way happier with that. But we'll take Golden Idol. Titan Skin is a bit concerning. Okay, so I think we're still gonna set up like this and just try to mitigate as much damage that's coming in as we can. As a change from Monster Train 1, Conduit Tethys does actually have a little bit of Conduit now, which is kind of cute. I do really want that. Unfortunately, this is not helpful in the slightest. I do kind of want to just be powering you up as well. Part of the problem is, like, I have spell weakness, and I have no good spells to do anything with that, really. Okay. Yeah, we're letting you through. Oh well. And yeah, I maybe should have killed the backliner there. Probably should have, honestly. But whatever. That's not incredibly helpful. Well, I got a net gain of 4 damage on you, basically. Yeah, there we go. I was pretty sure that was going to be enough. Alright. So we take a little bit of damage. That's fine. We just had to get through that. And then hopefully you're going to give me, like, Pyre Ball or something. I would love to take Helical. Unfortunately, I cannot take Helical. Could take the Mollusk Mage. I'm not wild about it, but I could. And Titan's Gratitude is technically a thing. Honestly, at this point, I will probably take it. Having one of them in the deck is not that bad, since it is free for me to play on Tethys' floor. It gives me something for the Energy Siphon to actually work on. Like, fine, I will take it for once. Oh, I will happily take Pyroclasm. Wasn't expecting that, but I'll do it. Yeah, it's like the perfect spell for us, kind of. It's still a pain in the ass for us to play right now, but it's very good. Or if you're talking about the Titan's Gratitude being attuned, like, yes, that also technically matters. So here's the problem. I would really want to go here looking for, like, defense. Ideally, Siren of the Sea. Guard of the Unnamed is also a possibility, but, like, we've used up a number of units already. But even just, like, taking Incant Armor would be very good. On the other hand, like, Holdover is so good for us, or just, like, double minus cost is also pretty good for us right now. Double minus cost is pretty lame in the future, but at the moment, it's pretty good for us. Beautiful. Absolutely incredible. Just as we drew it up. So I think we're doing Intrinsic, because even at rank 3, Tethys won't make this 0 cost. Hello, by the way, you're interested in Hades? Thought that everyone who plays Silk Song has jumped to Hades. Yes, I did stream Hades when it first came out, Hades 2, when it first went to early access. I have been playing it in my off time. I just didn't feel like streaming it for a number of reasons. It's a game I think I personally enjoy more just playing on my own time rather than on stream. And also, like, admittedly, I don't get as much viewers for games that are not deck builders. And also I just want to play Monster Train. There are other deck builders and other things coming out that I also want to play, so we will take a break from Monster Train at some point, but I do love playing this game, and there's a lot of stuff I want to do with it. Did you get the hidden aspect? I have unlocked a couple of the hidden aspects. I have the axe. I have unlocked the coat, though I don't have the resources to do it. Because I had spent my nightmares and I didn't realize that it needed 4 to unlock. And I just got the Twin Blades hidden aspect. I think those are the ones that I have. So yeah, I definitely don't have the skull or the staff yet. The hidden aspects seem cool so far. Anyways, we're doing this. Spell Chain would also be cool. Does not matter. Minus cost doesn't help. We're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to wait on these things. Okay. So... kind of like the Miser here. Kind of like the Guildmonger. I think we're taking the Guildmonger. It's not great for me, but at the moment, it's just a thing I can put down to block. And I'm pretty okay with that. And more to the point, it doesn't take up so much capacity that it stops us from playing the Siren on the same floor. Alright, also I'm going to tell you right now, our life's problems are largely solved, since we can just do this shit. I do wish that I could have saved those for the boss, but we don't have permafrost, so here we are. Okay. Yeah, I mean, getting Pyroclasm right off the bat was real silly for us. Probably should have just played the Vengeful Shard, but that's okay. Okay, since I have other things, we're going to just do that and then explode you. Does Pyroclasm mean that Egg Guy survives, though? Kind of. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. And you lusted after the Helical before the Pyroclasm showed up. To be fair, I could also utilize the Helical quite well. Yeah, I actually should have done it slightly differently, but that's fine. Alright, killed our own dude. Still blew up the boss. Doesn't matter, like, 1 horde is basically the same as 0 horde, but, you know, here we are. We are not taking a Titan's Gratitude, we are not taking a Helical because we can't, and we can't take another Energy Siphon, so here we go. Oh no, Egg Guy! We don't need the Pyre Ball here, we don't need the Pyre Cask, really. We are not going to take the Lava Armor. And by that I mean we can't. We'll save that. Do I want to go there? Maybe. Do I want to go for the Merchant of Arms? Likewise, maybe. Knockback Archeon is the worst option for us, but not untenable, maybe. Okay, we're gonna do this. Alright, it's not what I want, but we're doing it. Also, I should have looked at this first. Doesn't matter. We couldn't take the Magma Cultist. I don't want the Greed Dragon. God, I normally would do this. Endless on Guildmonger and aim the Pyroclasm at him. I mean, that is the plan, more or less. We're not going to do that every turn, kind of, but yeah, it is more or less the plan. I do really like this. I don't think I really want to give up all the HP right now, though. Yeah, we'll just take the full heal, even though I feel bad. But, like, the extra stats don't really matter to me, and technically also kind of hurt me if I'm trying to blow up my own Guildmonger. Alright. Have a good night, my friend. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry you're going through a rough time. I will talk to you soon, my friend. Well, we ended up not taking damage there anyways. That was exactly the sort of turn that I was afraid of, and why I didn't take the go down to 1 HP. But it did sort of work out. Would love to play the Calcified Ember, but alas, here we are. Hey look, he lives again. Not for long. Technically you should have played the Fire Starter first, so I could have gotten a little bit more armor and rage. Oh well. And I have exactly enough to play out these things, so that's nice. Unemployment ain't so bad. I mean, yeah, I still... It's not what you wanted, I'm sure, and it's not what I want for you. Once again, should have done these first, and I didn't, but that's okay. Well, We're just gonna keep blowing up our dude. I would like to get rid of the calcified ember, but also just getting our horde up is pretty nice. Oh, you didn't actually die. I just kind of assumed you would, otherwise I would have done this in a different way. I mean, it's fine, but whatever. Yeah, you don't die unless I kill you myself, so let's kill you. And then he almost is just dead right now, so there we go. Well, I gotta say, I was somewhat worried with how this was gonna go, but just getting the immediate Pyroclasm into intrinsic holdover was so good. That's true, got an interview tomorrow for some wireless thing or whatever, so who knows, maybe I get a job sooner. I mean, I hope it goes well. Alright, have a nice night, my friend. Ice and Pyre's cute, but not really important to us. Cursed Dragon Staff, I like, but it doesn't... It's not a thing we care about. We're just gonna skip. We're not taking Hoarfrost Effigy. We are not taking those. I mean, I know what we're doing. We're taking draw. Absolutely. I was just debating as a more general concept of what am I doing with my life. But we're gonna take draw. And we're gonna loot that, because we got the horde real high. Yeah, I'll take Sizzling Firecracker, even though it's a little weird because it's not... I don't think the magic, or the extra damage, works with, like, attuned, because it's not actually magic power. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Sure, we'll take Hellheart. Why not? Enemies get extra Pyrogel when going to the top floor. Okay. I don't need to heal. I don't think going to the Merchant of Magic really affects me in any way, shape, or form. If we didn't have Life Mothers, it might, but we do have Life Mothers, which also makes the gold just even better. Do I care about Gel Transfuser? Not really. Forgotten Name technically is sort of vaguely helpful. Mostly not. It's mostly still just bad. I'm still gonna take it though. Interesting. Do I care about Artificial Pyrestone? That's a great question that I ask myself each and every day. Artificial Pyrestone for future proof? I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards. I think the answer is yes. I don't know how useful it's actually going to be, and I should have looked at this first. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Other things are good too, but this is what we're doing, just, again, as a bit of safety. Unfortunately, I really need more Ember per turn, or I need to get to Conduit 3, basically. What am I talking about? I definitely am fine right now. I'm making this more complicated. Reanimate to prevent extinguish. You're right, I could have done that, and that would have been a good plan, but it's not what I did do. And also, I don't really care about him in the long run. Like, we may just stop using him later. Oh, man. Well, once again, not getting rid of the thing that is there. That's fine. We're just going to keep exploding him each and every turn. Also, every enemy gets the top floor with 10 Pyrogel now, which is cute. It is nice that you can blow up your own unit and explosive still hits the enemies. It would be very bad if it hit your units. I'll just play that out. There's no reason not to. And we're just chilling on top floor so that I have the maximum amount of turns to just keep killing my own dude for horde generation. Which is partly why we didn't take the Prismatic Dragon Scale. Also because I imagined there might be turns in which I just take the damage anyways. But we'll see. We should be totally fine. Okay, we just get rid of you, and then we can still do this for free. We still get that sweet extra magic power, which, like, barely matters. I mean, I should have hit him with that, but also, who cares? Yeah, we hit the 8 horde cap. Our Siren has a decent amount of armor, some reanimate, good amount of attack, and is gonna slaughter Ajax. Ice Tornado is cute, but it's also not Pyroclasm. Preserve doesn't matter. Urchin Spines I could take, but, like, do I care? Kind of. It's technically worth it for me. It does give me more Calcified Embers, though. It's so unlikely to matter. I'm just gonna skip so I don't have to get the Calcified Ember. Can't take Fanning the Flame. Soul Smelter is cute, but not really necessary, and we're not taking that. We'll take the Flaming Talons. I mean, that doesn't matter, really. I mean, I'll still take it, I guess, but largely is worthless for us. So, I can't really do anything at the Merchant of Steel. So I guess we're going here. I mean, Zone of Silence is not the worst. Since I've got a bunch of Deployment Ember, and I haven't used it yet. Like, it's not a bad pickup for us. I think that's just kind of the best it can be. Like, Echo Vault is also decent. Boiler Room is also kind of okay. Especially if I got, like, the Stygian Spike later on. Regardless, we're just going to take this and make it deployable. Although, technically, I should reroll first and see if there's anything I care about. Hall of Mirrors does not help us. Steward's Quarters does kind of help us, but mostly does not. And I guess, technically, there is one thing I would like from the Merchant of Steel. I could make him smaller so that I could fit another Siren. Is that true? What am I talking about? That is not true. Don't know why I was thinking that for a moment. Yeah. Anyways. We're going to dupe a Pyroclasm. The only thing that can screw this deck now is hit count check. Yeah, more or less. I'm going to try setting up top floor. Honestly, not totally sure if we can manage. I think we can. Like, there are still some sort of bad matchups for us, but mostly we're going to get to a point where we'll be fine. I didn't think about this. Okay, well, that's a problem for right now. It will stop being a problem in the future. But we'll see what we can do for now. But yeah, I didn't really think that through, but overall it's not going to be too much of an issue. Yeah, I think I just have to let that go, sadly. Which is fine. I'm getting plenty of gold as is. Like, I'm not that worried about it. Mind you, again, not totally certain that we can make it through the boss, but we'll see what happens when we get there. Eight Horde is like a collector haul anyways. Yeah, I mean, that's part of why I'm not worried about it, is that we're kind of doing more than enough as is. Okay. That's about what I expected. Yeah, I was pretty confident that would be enough. Just out of curiosity, can I... Yeah, I can still kill if I do this, especially because I can murder your dudes. Anyways, yep. That way we still go up to 8 Horde. Again, the difference between 7 Horde and 8 Horde is pretty unremarkable, but that's okay. I do wish that I had better defense, but we'll see what we can do. Okay. Well, I can't take Guardian's Amulet. Gifts for a Guard is fairly cute. Kind of want to take Gifts for a Guard. Ancient Synergy is also pretty good for me. I think maybe unnecessary, but it is nice. I might just take Gifts for a Guard. It leads to a weird sort of situation, though. Fuck it. I'll take it, even though it's another calcified Ember. Can't take Dragon's Breath, sadly. That is a card I would like to take. Banyan Slave can't take, and Wealthy Whelp is a no. We're definitely looting this. Fine. Do I want the Versatile Ember Staff? I kind of do, just because hitting extra draws is very nice to me. Cinder Salve is cute, but sort of inconsequential. It would let me play with the Calcified Embers, though. I guess I'll take this. I don't know. I maybe should have done the other. Okay. So, I don't really need the Merchant of Magic. Well, I kind of want to do stuff to Disregard. Namely, I want Intrinsic on it. But I also have this here. I'm going to go here looking for... I don't fucking know. Kind of cute. Dante's Footstool is a bit too late for me. Trying to shop and fish for Horde. I mean, that's part of the thing. I guess I'll take that. I'll take that, I guess. I'll take Bone Dog's Pendant, I guess. And I'll heal... What was that? 3 HP? Yeah, none of that matters. Okay, let's get rid of a couple things. Okay. I think it's fine for us to be on top floor still. I'm not going to be hitting 10 Horde, but again, I don't really care about 10 Horde. So I don't really need Zone of Silence on top floor here. I think we just want it on bottom floor. Again, I suspect it basically doesn't matter either way, but... Breath of Heaven is handy for Horde just in case the tutor denies you. I mean, at that point, I'm just going to blow up that enemy first. Like, that's not an issue. Yeah, I should have done that differently. That's fine. We'll still do it like this, I guess. Yeah, this is the problem, is that I get to a point where I can't play those unless I want to waste one of her reanimate, which I don't really. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Is it the right choice? No, especially not in that order. Yeah, definitely could have done things in better orders, but that's fine-ish. Okay, I'm glad we can get rid of those. Let's go ahead and blow up the enemies, and let's blow up you, and then we still take a bunch of damage, but that's fine. I want to get the Horde, so here we are. As long as I'm spending one of those blowing up the enemies, I can use the other Pyroclasm on my own units. So I don't have to be denied them ever, basically. Well, Kale is most of the way dead already. But we'll survive until Relentless. This is what we want because it gives us more time to kill things. Namely our Bone Guildmonger. Okay. Yeah, this deck is pretty silly, I gotta say. It's working out, though. Also, we are actually hitting the 10 Horde. I didn't think we were going to do it, but because it's this fight in particular, we have just enough time to get it all. Okay. I don't really care that he's got 58 attack and a bunch of lifesteal. Frankly, not important to us. Also, technically the wrong way to do that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He heals for 58. We hit him for 550. He dies. Don't need. Don't need. Don't need. I'm gonna take more draw. More capacity would also be nice, but we're taking the draw. Yeah, I will take this, actually. Fine. I mean, I guess we'll take Shale Shell just in case somehow I end up with an ability I care about. I mean, Split Anvil is cute. Barely important to us, though. But maybe I take it? I'm just gonna take Token of a Trader, I guess. Although that might sort of kind of mess me up, but I don't think it will. At least not to any, like, meaningful degree. Okay, so here we are. What I really want is Intrinsic. Beautiful. What I really wanted beyond that was I really wanted to hit Spell Chain. But this is the last Merchant of Magic. Okay. Okay. Time to do some vaguely interesting things. Okay, the minus Emperor per turn doesn't really matter, or at least it shouldn't. Especially when I have Zone of Silence as well. Okay. Why do I have it like that? Great question. Don't mind me, getting carried away. So that goes there, you're there, 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 and then I can't play out all of you, but that's fine. Look at that turn. How exciting. Yeah, not particularly helpful at the moment, all things considered, but... I forgot that I have Token of a Trader, which is actually good against the Spell Shield guys. I mean, I'm not too worried about the Spell Shield guys in general. By the way, there are a number of artifacts I would love to get, namely... Would love to see Wing Steel, so I can just have more draw. Unfortunately, we're not going to get... Technically, we could get Versatile Ember Staff still. Unfortunately, he was muted thanks to my room, so he doesn't actually do anything we care about. Oh well. But we could get Versatile Ember Staff off of the Horde again. But other than that, it is denied to us. Yeah, I kind of fucked that up, because I could have done that a little better, but that's fine. It's not like we're really hurting to draw the things we care about. God, we do a lot of damage, particularly when they end up with spell weakness. It's pretty cute. There we go. I still want to kill my own dude. Yeah, this deck is, it's really silly. It would not be as strong if we hadn't hit the... If we didn't have Life Mothers. It would still be good even without Life Mothers, but having Life Mothers just makes this really derpy. Makes me feel a little bad that we have Life Mothers, but that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, this is a deck that exists. I can verify that for sure. Well, we are only going to get to 9 this time. Okay, technically it thinks we're losing currently. I'm not too worried about that. Maybe. Whoops. There we go. Okay, when you're still killing there, Tethys dies to spikes because I can't mute you. Oh well, that's fine. Not too important at that point. There we go. Okay, sadly can't take the Frenzied Swarm. Don't need the Crystalline Seeds. Don't need the Titan's Tooth, though it's kind of cute since it is also 0 cost. Don't need. We'll loot that. I guess we take it just because we're not equipping anything. Well, I'll take that anyways in case we do. That doesn't matter because I'm gonna be drawing 10 cards anyways. So I guess we take Crown of the Eternal, even though it is so unnecessary for us. So do I want anything here? I don't think I do. I mean, the dupe is nice, so I think we probably just take the dupe. Oh, except then I can't... No, I can dupe at the Merchant Trinket. I was going to say, I can't dupe if I go here, because I can't dupe at Merchant of Arms. Not true. I can just do other things. And this gives me more gold. It's too late to matter. Had I not cashed out, I could have done that, and that would have been nice. But I didn't think about that in the way that I should have. Yeah, just, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna get to 13 Horde, so I will take that. And I guess I take that, even though I probably should just spend it elsewhere. I could take Exile's Diadem. Kind of. So I've got 7 Deployment Ember. So currently it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to, like, not play out the Spell Sanctum and do some other things. I think we're fine as is. It is cute, but I think we're okay just without doing that. Yeah, because, like, here's... what I'm picturing is that we could dupe the Siren, make the Exile's Diadem deployable, dupe the Exile's Diadem, and then we could play out Siren, Diadem them both, Tethys, and then we still have capacity for the Guildmonger. That's a lot of investment for that. But it is strong since I've double... what's its face? Double incant and all that jazz. But I think we're just going to do this. You only get 1 dupe though? No, I have Life Mother, so I can dupe more. Still kind of want to do it. I do think it's not what we're going to do. Okay, this is a thing. Alright, well, look at this hand. Oops. Alright, it wasn't like a turn 1 kill, but our Siren is up to 448 damage, and we did take off 3,000 HP. Like, certainly not a bad start. It does lead to situations like this, and apparently I don't necessarily get that guy back, which is a little bit of a concern, but oh well. Also, why am I drawing so many of them? It shouldn't break the draw amount, unless I was just miscounting how many cards I was supposed to have there. Okay, well. Oh no, we get sapped a bit. I mean, the worst part about the sap is just that it blocks cards from my hand. You don't quite die this turn. Oh well, like, I'm not that worried about him dying or not. Like, yes, it's nice if he generates the horde for me. No, I don't really care. Alright, you also have a decent amount of Pyrogel on you. It's a shame I can't apply more Pyrogel to him. If I had the Dragon's Breath, I could do more, but I couldn't draft that, so we do what we can. Oh, here we are. Also, I'm still sad that I don't have the versatile Ember Staff, but alas. And he's dead. How exciting! What a deck. Right. And then we may as well loot this and get... I will take the Hellfire Bellows, I guess. Okay, fight the Titans. Look at us go. Ta-da! Alright, so that comes out. There's that. Here, there, and there. And so it begins. This might look familiar. Oh, I didn't actually get the other Guess for a Guard because I have too many intrinsic cards, so it just has to kind of pick a couple. But there we go. Savagery is most of the way down. It's a shame I don't have Emo Tome as well. Yeah, you're gonna get some corruption. Oh well. We knew this was to be the case. Oh, except you're not actually getting the corruption from these guys because I silenced them. It's almost like I planned ahead at one point. Look at me go. Alright, Entropy is most of the way dead. We're still going to have to just wait on Dominion because I don't get the cost reduction in the Pyre Room, which feels disappointing, but hey. And I can't play these on another floor because I need the Ember for the Firelight. So we just have to wait till Savagery shows up again. And we slowly kill the minion. Oh, this is the weird visuals to see one after another. Anyways, here we are. We're still basically at full. Also, we have Bone Dog's Pendant somewhere in this mix. So even if we somehow do take a bunch of damage here, which we're not going to, we would survive. I mean, again, we're just waiting for Dominion to die because this fight is dumb, and that's just what it devolves into half the time. If I got the cost reduction in the Pyre Room, I could also just be Pyroclasming Dominion, but I can't do that. Yeah, without even trying, you have 100 Pyre Gel. Oops. Alright, well, Dominion's gonna die now. As soon as we choose to end their miserable existence. Oh, we hit 930 rage and still have a good chunk of armor, and ta-da! There we go. That was a run. I mean, Conduit was the one I was the least worried about overall, but I wasn't expecting it to be that run. Like, that was something. Getting Pyroclasm after the first fight, and again, then also getting Intrinsic and, I guess it was after the second fight, but still getting Intrinsic holdover, really turned things around. That was, it's pretty silly. And then, I know my camera's blocking like half of it, but my deck is pretty small and is mostly just the 8 Pyroclasms and the 3 Gifts for a Guard. But yeah, there we go. That's Tethys. Substantially easier than when we were doing Tethys in Monster Train 1. I will say that for sure. Ta-da! That was great to see you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was pretty silly, but pretty fun. There we go. I would say Life Mothers also seems pretty strong for this challenge. If I did this in the future, I might have to ban Life Mothers as well. Because part of the challenge is just that, you know, as you go further in on runs, you have to, you have dwindling resources, essentially. But being able to just, like, latch onto a single card and just, like, hyper-dupe it does get around that to a fair degree. Obviously, you can only do it on one of the 3 runs, so there is still somewhat of a limit to it. And it does take gold, yada, yada, yada. But it does seem pretty strong. Regardless, we gotta pick which champion to do next. We do still need to make up for a loss on Bullet. I'm not doing that right now, though. Don't know who I want to play. I think we still want to do just one champion per clan. Although I kind of want to play Talos right now. Or Phoenix. But I think we just want to do the clans we haven't done. So, Lazarus. Yeah, I mean, if you want to see Lazarus, we can do Lazarus. Would you prefer to see Grail or Orechi? I lean towards Orechi right now, but either is fine. Oh, actually, someone said Umbra first. I could also do Umbra. I mean, whatever you guys want. I'm adaptable. Primordium is definitely the easier of the two, because Primordium is strong. Penumbra is bad. Hard first, Lazarus more fun for ends. I mean, sure, we can do one of the Umbra ones. Do you want Penumbra or do you want Primordium? I assume you probably want Penumbra. Let me clear out the tracker while you guys are doing that. My jank little tracker. It works. It's just a little clumsier than I want and a little less visually appealing than I want. But that's fine. It's what we need to do to make this work. Okay, there we go. He did say hard first. Yeah, alright, sounds good. Janky tracker is on brand. I mean, yeah, sort of. I am glad that we got the actual tracking sheet, though. I think it looks nice, more or less. And it's nice to have, especially as we are actually getting some of the champions complete. So I don't have to keep track of which ones are done and which ones aren't. That said, for Penumbra, what are we pairing Penumbra with? As a reminder, we have Architect, Monstrous, and Glutton. Under Legion? Yeah, so Under Legion is one of the things I was considering when I was planning these out. Because Under Legion can benefit from Architect a little better. They have a lot of units that are kind of spaced. Like, capacity is kind of at a premium in Under Legion, so having just, like, an extra unit that gives me capacity is not the worst thing. It's still kind of underwhelming, because it mostly is just a champion that is a Space Prism. Like, Architect is pretty fucking underwhelming. Monstrous is a thing. Like, the nice thing about Under Legion is that it has the ability to propagate. It gives some wave clear as well. Propagating the damage shields in particular is very strong. Trample is going to be a pain. I don't know what you mean by that. Unless you mean Monstrous Penumbra, in which case, yes, Monstrous Penumbra is going to be awful. At least post Lost Arsenal, there is now the why am I blanking on it? Crucible Extension? Crucible Extension is now a room, so at least we don't necessarily have to take capacity just to play Monstrous, which does help things a fair bit. Obviously, we don't know if we're going to see Crucible Extension when we want it, yada, yada, yada. But that does help somewhat. It also means that we can still, like, play Penumbra and then play Morsels as well if we need to. Glutton, like, needs to see Trample to be, like, truly relevant, or we need to combine this with, like, Banish so we can get... I mean, like, we could also get Multi-Strike from Void Armament or from Furnace Tap. Those are also acceptable options for Glutton, kind of. And technically, we can get Wave Clear other ways. It's just, God, Penumbra is a mess. But anyway, so the options are Under Legion, because it gives us Wave Clear, it gives us Propagate, which is nice. There's not too much for us to propagate, but we could technically do Rage, and the damage shields are very good. Banished is also a decent pairing, since there's ways to get some multi-strike. Cleave is a great card for both Monstrous and Glutton. Also, Shield of Wing is a decent option. It's largely the same problems as Bullet. Like, except with a worse champion. And sort of a worse clan. Under Legion is very strong. Little harder in Hat Trick, just because budgeting the cards is a little awkward. I will say Under Legion also does have Moral Mistress, and Umbra does have a number of, like, good consume spells. And so that is also another point in the favor of Under Legion. I think those are really basically the options for what we want. Technically, we can also do things like Remnant, but I think in terms of actually making our champion a contributing member of society and all that. I think Underlegion and Banished are our best options. I think legitimately Banish is probably better for us, but I don't want to just always be taking Banish or Stygian. And I know I keep saying that we're taking Stygian all the time, and I haven't actually taken Stygian all that much, but there are a lot of champions who really want Stygian. Like, Phoenix wants Stygian, Ardoon wants Stygian, Echo, we did Stygian, or Reggie wants Stygian. Like, it's a good... It's good. Wilden 10 also maybe wants Stygian. Wilden 10 has a couple options, but, like, Stygian is a good option. Anyways, so, Penumbra. I think I do lean towards Underlegion, just for doing something different. Also, getting the Spore Touch I don't hate. We definitely don't want to do Spawn, kind of. We're doing this. Okay. As far as Pyres, what are we doing? For Monstrous Penumbra, we probably want Pyre of Savagery. For Architect, who the fuck cares? This is a clan combo where Aquath is not bad. Herzl's Horde is quite good. I mean, it's just good in general, but especially with, like, Underlegion, it's very solid. Winged Spirit technically is useful with Penumbra, but, like, it's bad. It's a bad Pyre. And the Life Mothers can potentially hit real well, namely on a run where we're doing, like, Ember Drain things. Because, like, duping Void Binding and Furnace Tap can do a lot of work for us. I think we're just taking Aquaths, as awkward as that feels. And then, I don't fucking know. See what we get. Okay. Glutton and Monstrous. I'm going to lean towards Glutton here. I think we just want Glutton. Yeah, that's fine. Doing Glutton. I mean, Mind Jax is not bad. We're going to take Wing Technology, though. Because that is pretty decently useful. Okay. So, you're going to go there. I do appreciate, by the way, that while I still don't love Glutton as a champion, at least it has increasing base stats as the ranks go up. Really do appreciate that, so it doesn't just get one shot during the Titans. Among other things. Unfortunately, can't really play the other Shield Steward anywhere. Like, technically I can put it here. I don't really want to, though. Okay, we kill you. We take 1 damage. Oh, well. Don't really want the Infectory. Like, I may as well play it here, but it's not really what we want. The main thing is we just want to make sure that we're kind of working on wave clear so that Penumbra can just kill things on top floor. I don't have a good enough morsel generation to split my morsels between floors. Kind of. Like, I can do this with you, I guess. Because you will just kind of body the boss that way. Anyways, here we go. I suppose I could also be blocking with the morsels, which I should be doing. Again, could have done that, totally spaced out after just saying that. Doesn't matter, we get the kill. Because we have enough lifesteal that we just kind of murder him. We have decent stats. His rage is decreasing every turn. Ta-da! Okay. Don't hate Antumbra Assault here. Mind Collapse is okay. It is also a better card now that it can hit friendly targets as well. Which is kind of cute. I really don't dislike that. I don't think we need to worry about the Immortal trait, at least not yet. We are up against Dominion, which is a concern in multiple facets. Yeah, not entirely sure what I want to do. Kind of want to take the Mind Collapse in case I want to do Ember Drain focus things. Just because, like, being able to get extra attacks via multi-strike from Furnace Tap would be really nice. Because it would be a way for us to convert Glutton into meaningful things. Obviously, we could also just hit Trample, which would be the ideal. This jacket is not cooperating. We're going to need to replace the jacket. I know I've said that for literal years now, but here we are. I'm just going to take the Antumbra Assault. I don't want the Spawning Pods. I think we're just going to skip on those. They're good cards, but not what we want yet. I think we're just going here. Yeah, because I kind of wanted to, like, hold over Antumbra Assault. Hold over making it Morsel is also pretty decent for me, but I kind of just want this. Amorous Inoki. Spore Launcher is quite good. I maybe should take it here. I don't really want to take it, but it would solve some of my life's woes. Namely, it gives me some wave clear, so that I can focus on just, like, letting Penumbra kill heavies. The problem is that I have to stretch these banners across 3 runs, and that worries me. Namely, Monstrous worries me. I guess we're going to take Spore Launcher for now. And I am going to not do that. I'm just going to reroll so I can get the magic power. Because the difference between 5 damage and 15 is pretty substantial. Actually... yeah, never mind. We're still going to do it the way that I was doing it. We're putting that there, that there, that there, and I guess I'll give you a Shield Steward as well. Okay, so... okay, so you both have attacks, so we're going to use that to finish you off. You will give us the Decay. Unfortunately, you're still going to take some damage. Oh, well. And if I kill you, then they'll only have 1 attack next turn, which means we could block it with a Morsel. And the Morsels have damage shields. If only we still had the pirate class in. I think that thought each and every day. Or may I say, fire clap. Yeah, it was real good for us. Okay. Yeah, I can't quite kill you with that, but it also doesn't really matter. We just block there, we block there. We just do that, and then I do that. Yes, I could have fed him, maybe, who cares, it's whatever. Not worried about it. Alright, I mean, so far this is working. I do need better morsel generation and better ember and better spawning and all that. Overall, it's fine. I'm just going to get rid of that, take the damage, it's fine. We should be okay with Penumbra just kind of being good. Also, forgot that I have Aquats. That was like the perfect turn to just use the Aquats. Doesn't matter, but I could have prevented a little bit of damage. Ta-da! There we go. How exciting. Yeah, I mean, packed morsels is pretty decent. I think that is what we want. Like, of all the times to take it, this is the one that wants it. Mushy Room is okay. I don't think I actually want it, though, because I already have Infectory. I mean, obviously I can put it on a different floor, but I think we're just going to skip that. So, I think we're going for Merchant of Steel now. I was going to go for Merchant of Arms and look for, like, Void Armament or something. But just looking for, like, Smidgestone Dualism, for instance, would be just very good for us. Hey, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Well, there's one of the two. Admittedly, I was kind of hoping we'd see Overgorger, just because I still haven't mastered it. Wouldn't really be a great time for it, but... I'll do that. I can't afford to re-roll. And I'm not taking the, multi-strike. Interesting. Not gonna take it, though. Sure. We'll just do this right now. Okay. Knockback shouldn't really be a big deal for us. Okay. So I still don't play out all my dudes, but I play out most of my dudes. Well, there's a bit of a waste because I'm maybe just going to feed morsels to the fungi, but meh, fine. You'll block. Oh no, you're going to get knocked back. Well, however shall we handle such a fate? Getting Glutton's Maw also would be good for Penumbra, so we could have faster eating and also free up space. Also, would even work on this floor, so I could like play down a morsel, free up capacity, and then, you know, play down more stuff for more rallies. Don't hate it. Wing technology was a good pickup for us. Not a necessary pickup, but it does just mitigate problems. Sadly, nothing to kill this turn, but I can... Oh, fuck. I can't do that. I just spaced out that that's not an option. I can do plenty of other things, though. Like, I can play you out, and then turn you into morsels. Yeah, not that I'm doing, like, terribly great job at the whole rally decay situation, but it's okay. It's going fine. We don't need it to be fantastic. Oh, now you're in the back. Which is fine, honestly. Oh, I didn't actually mean for you to die. Whoops. Well, disappointing, I suppose, but whatever. I just got so used to putting it in front that I forgot that it does actually matter right there. Alright, look at us go. I'll see that to generate some delicious morsels. Ta-da! Alright, I mean, it's working out so far. We do have some problems to overcome, but, like, I do largely have a good situation going on. Okay. So that's interesting. I think we're not taking the furnace tap here. I do still sort of need a better option against Dominion. In the ideal world, we get... Honestly, not sure. I mean, Gem Trove is what I want. I don't really have any ways in clan to daze, and I don't... I technically sort of have a descent card, but it's Cave-In, which would descend my units at the same time. There are other ways to build up damage shields. It's just not perfect, but we'll see what we can do. We're going to skip on that. I might want the Morsel Master, even though it's a unit I just so generally don't care about. Kind of want it, though. It's kind of cute. I also really want to dupe the Spore Launcher, but I need more Ember for that. I also kind of want to take more capacity, though. I could probably get by right now just taking Ember and take the Morsel Master. We'll do that, I guess. I don't really need the Morsel Master at any other point in my life, so we'll just do this, I guess. Probably going here. Maybe just for, like, remove consume on packed morsels or something. I'm not that excited about that. But going here, I don't know what I'd want. I mean, like, Chain of Gems is good, obviously. So you can get a bunch of free damage shields. I don't know what else I would want, though. I mean, Under Legion has a number of good things. Yeah, I mean, let's go here, I guess. I can only afford one artifact. Those are not it. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. I do really want both of those. Like, I don't think I really need the double gorge triggers, but it also feels wrong not to take it. We're gonna take that, even though I don't really need it. It feels so wrong not to take double gorge triggers. So, I'll take it, I guess, even though the Pyrostone housing could be really good for me. Anyways, it's fine. Not exactly what I was hoping for. I was definitely looking for, like, world-ending strain or... Do I actually want that there? Yeah, I do. Yeah, anyways, world-ending strain would have been great, as would have been other things that I'm totally not blanking on the name of. Okay, so we'll give you those, since they are high-quality morsels. I guess I'll give you one of those as well. And then we'll just give those to you, I guess. And then do a little bit of damage there. It should be fine, because by the time you get to top 4, the number is going to be in a killing mood. And we'll be able to handle that. And then you just kind of tank for a couple turns, which is not terrible. And I'm basically just using you guys to kill off the backliners, so not too worried about the general situation. It'll look a lot more impressive once we get another Spore Launcher on that floor. Sadly, no morsels for Penumbra right now, but whatever. Yes, look at them all die. Look at our mighty and glorious prowess coming to true fruition. Sure. And not terribly exciting. Yes, feast upon their flesh, my beautiful morsels. Yeah, I mean, we're in good shape. I mean, again, the general plan here is just mitigate the waves with the bottom floor, prepare for leaks and bosses with top floor. Even that seems maybe a bit questionable. And if I had more capacity here, that would certainly be helpful. But I don't. Alright, anyways, a little bit of decay. We very quickly get to a point where we're doing no damage thanks to the staff. I mean, we did a good chunk of his HP, I guess. Especially since the Infectory still spawns when my own units die. Which works out pretty well. Okay, I don't actually need the Antumbra Assault anymore, but I'll be honest, I don't really need anything at this point. Ajax is most of the way dead. I mean, I guess he's only about halfway dead, but I'm still pretty happy with that. Anyways, we have a couple damage shields, we have a lot of life, we have pretty high damage for this stage of the game, and he does not. Ember Cache, we definitely want to save. Crucible Extension, I like here, but I think I want to save for other times. I mean, do I really? Do I really care? Kind of. Maybe I do want it right now. I just think it's not going to be that helpful for me. So, we're just going to skip. Mitosis cap is not bad. We're definitely not taking Pandemic, though, which is very good. And Truffles is largely a waste. Technically, we could take it and just fish for an equipment I'm happy with. But that's such a bad feeling plan. I could also do the tried and true, give it endless, and use fuel rallies plan. Not my favorite, but technically works. I don't think Mitosis Cap is actually that helpful for me, because the unit needs to be alive at the end to be duped. And I basically only want to be duping the Spore Launcher, and I suspect often they're gonna die. Kinda want to take Truffles, not gonna take Truffles. Here we are. Whatever, we're going here. Okay. Like, I don't have any equipment currently where that matters. And we wouldn't get another Merchant Arms still here. I guess I'll take it, even though maybe it's just gonna be a waste. I don't know that I really care about that. I mean, the extra draw is nice. Fine, I'll do it, I guess. I don't know. Steward's Quarters doesn't totally help me here. We'll just skip. Unfortunately, I'm not visiting another Merchant of Steel before I'm going to dupe my Spore Launcher. But that's fine, I guess. The Minus Ember is sort of a problem, but not too big of a problem. I did forget that I took Ember already, so it is actually a much lower problem. Can't even play out all these guys anyways, because I don't have capacity. Which I should, you know, like, remember and keep in mind. And I never do. Okay, we're gonna do that just so we can get rid of some stuff. I really should remove some of the chap units from my deck. That would be helpful. Anyways, because I just wanted to mostly delay until I can get, like, that. Oh, I'm sorry, we're actually doing this differently. It does 15 damage, so we want to kill the Titan Skin dude. So then these guys will easily die to even just a low amount of decay. Keep wanting to say Pyrogel, and that is not the right word. Yeah, unfortunately the Pack Morsel doesn't do anything when I don't have capacity to use it. Technically, I don't need to be putting down the Gorge dude or using the Infectory, but hey. Okay. I actually probably put the extra decay on the wrong dude there, because I probably wanted to put it on you so that we could hopefully kill you a little earlier. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. I'm locked out of being able to kill you before top floor, which is what we would have wanted. I mean, it's not a big deal overall. My deck... there's just a lot of kind of worthless chaff in it. Yeah, because, like, you're going to survive. I can mitigate that a little bit by doing things like this. But I'm still going to take some pyro damage. Which, again, not actually that big a deal. But it is happening. Yeah, there's no reason to play that out. Or to hold on to it, I mean. They'll take the decay, they'll get one hit on the pyre, and then die right after. Unfortunately, taking more damage here for similar reasons. Is part of the whole issue with the Gorge Penumbra situation. Unfortunately, I don't get very much decay on you, so I don't even get through your... I don't even get you down to the reanimate. Maybe we should have done that differently. That's fine, I guess. I don't know. Here we are. I do need to get through 20 reanimate on the next floor, but I think that's fine. Yeah, because he just largely tanks it. And there we go. Like, I've got a bunch of stats, and I have 2 attacks per turn, so... If I only had Penumbra, it would be worse. But with the extra dude, it does even out a bit. Ta-da! Okay, I do not need engine upgrade. Void Binding is nice. Would have been real good with the Furnace Tab. Grovel sort of gets around some of my issues. I will take the Grovel. Don't know that it's really going to solve my woes. Cheery Death Cap. Honestly, I will take it, even though it gives me more calcified numbers. I think I still want to dupe here. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Okay. Well, we're going to do this, which is not the worst thing I've ever seen. We are going to dupe you. I guess we'll get rid of you. Like, I have a lot of things I would like to get rid of. Not too worried about the turn-to-turn Ember situation. I am worried about literally fucking everything else. I mean, we're doing okay. And having a second Spore Launcher is very good. Unfortunately, did not have Decay on them first. Also, sadly, these guys do... The Cherubs get eaten before the Decay procs, which is not great for us. But we should be more or less okay. Okay, I'm just going to use this right now, I think. Yeah, I guess I'll put you there, even though I think the Gorge unit in the middle dies this way. Whatever, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, because he hits for a lot of damage. Plus, Kale's here this turn. I mean, I can do this. It doesn't save him, though, so why would I? Well, I need you to power up, so... Hello, Ashaka, how you doing? How goes the Dark Deity and all the other things and all that jazz? Okay, so... Now I have a bunch of morsel gen. I guess we'll give you more lifesteal morsels and do this, and then... That is not looking great. At least the one that's going to survive is not the one that's going to do a lot of damage. We're about to fight a dragon with a lot of health, so that's a thing. Fair enough. I do not remember most of the maps in Dark Deity 1. Yeah, you're going to do some damage. In fact, a lot of damage. Do you kill me? I feel like maybe you do. So the problem is that Kale is here and is going to give you 12 attack and 1 lifesteal. The lifesteal's not really going to matter because you have a bunch of armor anyways. But yeah, it's 21 damage around, and we're only doing 45 because of the Titan skin. Yeah, pretty sure that that is true, and so that's not gonna work. Okay, let's retry that. Now, what are we gonna do differently? Great question. This is the problem of our life. Could set up on bottom floor with you, and so you can like try to kill a heavy each turn, which is maybe not the worst thing. I'm not really happy with that though. The bigger problem is I'm not able to kill the morsels before they eat. Alright, let's try it like this, I guess. Alright, have a nice night, Ashaka. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the raid, as always. Yeah, so this first turn ain't so great. Not a particularly useful time to have you. And I guess I'll get rid of that, even though maybe I want to hold on to that for later. But I don't really have that many like expensive things in my deck that I care about. Yeah, unfortunately, not quite killing you is an issue. Okay. Yeah, and then you don't quite die, which is an issue, but hey. We can kill you. I can give you some damage shields. We can kill you, I guess. I can definitely make use of some morsels here. Yeah, you're still gonna come out with a bunch of stats, though, which I'm not wild about. Yeah, we're sort of doing the necessary work. It's really just, I need to make sure I'm killing him. Because that's unfortunate. Yeah, and then if you show up top 4, that's real bad. I mean, I am doing most of the damage, so that's something. And I can give some extra morsels, it's just that they do limited additional work for me since you have 15 Titan Skin. Which is to say, they don't actually do any damage. And you're going to get 12 more attack from Kale. So you're going to be up to 33. Yeah, it's bad. But I think you're right. I believe that is correct on surviving. Ain't great, though. Okay, yeah, there was only one hit. I wasn't sure if I had enough decay to make up the difference. Turns out I did. Yeah, I'll put down the Infectory there, and I'll play the second Infectory. Oh, I should have played that to give you stats. Whoops. Well, fine. Okay, yeah, you are dying here. That's the important part. Everything else just doesn't really matter. I do need you to, like, not die, my dude. Obviously, I could start blocking a little bit with the morsels, but for the most part, just playing morsels is mostly better for me. Especially if I ever get a lifesteal morsel, which I should have done this first. Ended up not mattering, I just didn't realize that I still had enough for it, regardless. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You take a little bit of damage, but you just heal it right back, like a champ. Okay, there's the lifesteal morsels. Oh, I could have blocked. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you take damage, you just heal it right back. Okay, it's a mess and a half, but we are getting there. Yep, unsurprisingly, that's all we needed. I mean, none of this matters, but hey. Yeah, there we go. We got it. It was not clean. It is interesting, though, to, like, fight Kale and actually have it be a challenge and matter, because so often Kale is just kind of a pushover, because if you are able to kill things on bottom floor, nothing about the fight matters. But if you do start leaking enemies, it does actually become sort of an interesting fight. We probably want Glutton's Maw, kind of. Fun Guy in a Suit is also sort of good for me. Just as a way to, like, get rallies when I skip most of the rally cards. Problem with Glutton's Maw is I don't have enough capacity for that to matter, but if I do take more capacity... Problem is then I also run into Ember problems. Oh, I do have Attuned Whetstone, which I already forgot about. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take it. We're gonna take capacity. And then I guess we're going here. Titanite doesn't help us too much, kind of. This is one of those times where I definitely would have pivoted to, like, Monstrous for the trample. If I could, but I can't. So, one of you is going to get that, I guess. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. And I didn't hit Dualism. I guess I'm still going to leave it like that. And then we're going to remove some things. Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know. There's a lot of things I would like to do, but I don't have the deployment ember for it and other things. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do to mitigate problems. So you're still dying at that rate. Which is concerning, but not terribly surprising. Okay. So you do survive if I do that. Yeah, I didn't totally need the chomp with the extra capacity. For some reason I thought it would be more helpful than it is. Regardless, we're doing that so we can kill the backliner. I do get a lot of extra stats by doing that. Yeah, I'll do that. It does mean that I need to do that to not leak something, and then we'll still do that to get rid of one of those, since I have multiple. Okay, so we do want that. We do want you to stay alive, I guess. You guys are going to cause me some grief. Because no matter what morsel I play here, you are going to kill it. Kind of. I'll also do that. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to do this for now, and then we'll eat one of you. I do wish that I had more Ember, or just more free morsels, but, you know, lots of things. So we're protecting him in case there are more sweep dudes coming through, because there probably are. Okay, now you are trying to kill, and then we can get the backliner, yada yada yada. It is also an ability now that's interesting. Does no longer give Gorge bonus on everyone then. I don't know what you meant by Gorge bonus on everyone, because if you're talking about Glutton Penumbra, that is not a thing that Glutton Penumbra ever did. Specifically, it's not that Penumbra, like, inherently has an ability now. There's a new card for Umbra in Glutton's Maw, which gives the ability to eat a friendly unit. If you eat a morsel or anything with an eaten trigger, it does trigger that. Otherwise, it just kills the unit. Yeah, phrase it wrong. I mean that Penumbra gets bonus stats when Gorge. So, Penumbra, yes, gets bonus stats when Gorge, but again, that's because the bonus is not actually coming from Penumbra. The ability is from Glutton's Maw. Looks like a funny piece of equipment. Yeah, it's good. I am pretty pleased with its existence. So you're all full up because I did things. That will go there. And then I guess we'll just do that there and give you a little bit more. Oh, my deck is a bit of a mess, but here we are. This is why we tried to give you damage shields. For just such an eventuality. How's the stream going? It's going well. Going fine. We had some really ridiculous runs with Tethys. One in particular that was ridiculous, but, you know, it was a good time for sure. It doesn't really matter which of these we eat. And then you... I was hoping we'd get a HP morsel, because it would be able to withstand their attack. And then I wouldn't have to be sacrificing one of them here. It's not a big deal, it just does feel a little bad to waste the morsels. Yeah, unfortunately the morsels die no matter what I do. And so we're just going to feed them to a unit who can actually appreciate them. Truly one of the Pyroclasm runs of all time. Yeah, that's a word for it. The handheld totem one was a bit of a challenge, but we eventually got there and stabilized and it was all well and good. Unfortunately, I can't stop all of you, so you're going to die no matter what I do. It only gives damage shield 1, so I guess we just save you a little bit. Oh, and you're gonna survive. Yeah, fine. I mean, I take a little bit of fire damage. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm at least mitigating the amalgams completely. Sounds like a shame I missed that one. Well, I mean, you can always watch the VOD, and also, when I eventually stop being a terrible person, it will go up on YouTube as well. I will try to muster the energy this week to start doing that. I think I'm just going to start by uploading the hat trick things, and then finally go back and update some of the other things I meant to upload. Would really love to kill you guys. Also, would love to get rid of this, but... Whoops, that is not at all what I was meaning to play there. But yeah, the Pyroclasm one was, it was real ridiculous. There we go. Okay. I meant to play Grovel on him, but I guess let's just start there by doing that. I kind of meant to play that here. Yeah, you know what? I don't really want to rewind again just because I have to wait for it to do this, but I do actually want to give more decay on the other one, I think. Okay. Unfortunately, we lost the other Spore Launcher, so we're a bit limited. Honestly, I probably should have played the other morsel down here. Like, Penumbra has somewhat has so high of stats that it doesn't really matter. Also, I forgot to use the chomp. Someone playing this game on Switch, I can relate to not wanting to rewind. Makes at least 40 seconds each time. Yeah, I have seen that. Because my brother plays on Switch, and he brought it over, and we were playing on his Switch, and it definitely was a bit painful. Okay, we at least get the Amalgam down here, which was the main goal. Stupid as it may sound, it makes me want to restart the whole run every time. Yeah, I getcha. Yeah, unfortunately, I am going to take a bunch of damage, and that's not great. Can mitigate a little bit by playing some morsels back here. Not ideal though. Like I can beat Rax no problem, and I did mitigate most of the damage, but I did leak like one enemy, and that did hurt quite a bit. I wonder how was it possible to make rewind time so long? I mean, if that's a serious question, it's a more complex process than it looks. Okay, and then we draw him again, and then we eat him to make more space. Unfortunately, still being a jerk, but whatever. Well, let's reduce the damage a little bit. I'm still taking a lot. But we should beat Rax. I mean, he does do a lot of damage, but, like, I should be fine. Okay, so I play you. Doesn't really matter where. I draw him again. I could also just play the Grovel. Who cares? There we go. It's almost like we have a pretty decent play-in right there. Not an IT guy, but I can imagine having to basically go back in time systematic would take a lot of effort for something like a Switch. I mean, it's not just for the Switch, but, like, yeah, it's a more complex process because, like, obviously I'm not a dev, and I can't really speak to things, but, like, it is not, like, this is true of basically any game, but especially the way that's coded in this game, it is just not that easy to go back in time. Which shouldn't really be that surprising. I mean, like, anyone who's played, like, a board game or, like, a card game where some player says, like, oh, I made a mistake, can we go back to the beginning of the turn or something? Like, it can be difficult to, like, track back exactly the state everything needs to be in. I would argue about complexity, though, is rewind not an undo, so just a turn begin snapshot should work well here. And snapshots for such a small amount of units should be much faster. Again, it's the way it's implemented as far as I understand it. Also, that's not, like, I don't know. I'm not a dev. I'm not a tech person. Can't tell you if there's actually an easier or better way to do it or not. I do kind of want the feast. I'm not sure if we want to save the feast for later, though. Kind of interesting, but it also feels a little bit unnecessary at this point. Whatever, I am a programmer, so I'm a little bit pissed by rewind speed. Understandable. I kind of chalk it up as one of those things of, I assume one of the issues is they didn't build Monster Train 1 with it in mind, and so now the, like, bones of the game are built in such a way where it is difficult to do just a straight snapshot. I don't know if that's true, because obviously I haven't looked at the code, and I wouldn't understand it even if I did, but I assume it's something of that nature. I will say Trample would have been really appreciated here. I just don't know if I care about the Feast. I feel like I should take it. It's not that necessary for either of the other two runs. Like, Monstrous doesn't really care. There are other Umbra units who might care. I'm working on a sequel of a game that was released in 2018. We have a lot of issues like that. Yeah, that sounds like a mess. Cannibalize is also kind of cute. I don't think we want it, though. Also one of the few cards I need to master still. As a unrelated aside, I do hope they add more mastery frames and train room decorations, whatever, in the upcoming updates. The ones they have are fine, but like I really appreciate just more aesthetic options. Even like if I don't switch them that often, it's fun to collect them and to admire them. Anyways, I don't know. I'm hemming and hawing. I think we maybe want the feast. I just don't know that I'm really generating enough morsels for that to matter. If I had Trample on Penumbra, I'd be like all over this, but I'm just gonna skip. Fine. I will take another Cheery Death Cap. If Paradox acquires them, we'd have lots of decorations and $2 DLCs. Oh, God. What a horrible thought. We're going here, I'm pretty sure. Although I actually probably should have gone for the heal, and I spaced out. I mean, I can block things to some degree. Okay. Artificial Pyre Stone is interesting. Yeah, I was really hoping for Dualism or more Endless. Well. Fine. Alright. Well, we're taking Sap Suckling Spring, but it's not that impressive. I guess I'm taking that, and I'm taking that. Unfortunately, I can't really take Twisting Mycelium. Well, that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. Yeah, I am gonna take that, and I am gonna take that. And then we're gonna make another Spore Launcher. And then it's all about money, right? If company decides it's cheaper to struggle production with old system than to rewrite system just to speed up reload time, choice makes made easy, I suppose. I mean, yes, no. Like, obviously, I'm not, like, a business person. I don't know all the nitty-gritty details. But from the devs I've spoken to over the years and things like that, like, I mean, a lot of these people, there's not a large profit margin on indie games. Like, it is not really feasible for them to devote dev time to that. Like, a lot of, like, they do still have to pay the programmers, the artists, marketing, all of that. And, like, it's not really feasible for them to basically rewrite the game from the ground up. Especially a game that has been out for, like, you know, 10 years, like some of the, like, big-name indie hits have been. Like, obviously, yes, it's technically doable, but, like, there are more things that go into it. This round we're golden calcified embers, I see. Yeah, they're legitimately okay for me to have calcified embers. I will say, that final shop was a good set of pickups for me. Because, like, it made... Like, we didn't quite get everything I was wanting, but we got a lot of good things. Our decay situation is a lot better. We more consistently have rallies now since we spawn some fun guys every turn. Yada, 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 yada. Here we are. So, we're going to eat you, which then does give us capacity to make more stuff. We're going to body block you so that you don't get to double corruption on us. Not that I'm too worried about that, but why would I let you when I could not? You're going to start building up damage shields because you're the one who's going to need it. And then you're not going to get to eat your own morsels. Oh well, so be it. So sad. Yeah. And again, I am kind of low, but I should be pretty good at blocking damage during the Titan fight. I don't know if we're going to have, like, the fastest win in the Titan fight, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, Penumbra is already a beast. And then we just keep doing things. Well, here we are. Alright, and we keep eating that literally every turn. Oh god, I forgot that that's legit actually pretty good for me, because it counts for extra. I forgot that that's a weird interaction. I will elaborate in a moment once I'm done actually deciding on my turn. Alright, and then you get some more, and then we pop this so we can get rid of a calcified ember. Like, honestly, it's okay for me to have the calcified ember. I probably should just leave it, but whatever, get rid of it. Yes, look at that relatively decent level of decay buildup. Oh, anyway, so what I was trying to say is, why is that triggering so many times? I guess I'm just mistaken. Anyways, it's fine. Whatever. Everything's good. And I do have extra ember this turn. I'll just keep doing that to mitigate problems. I'll kill you, even though I could do other things elsewhere. You guys are starting to lose your damage shields thanks to reasons and stuff and things. Oh, don't forget that we actually need to give Penumbra some morsels. You are in a bad state with the corruption, but that's fine. I don't really need you all that much longer. My big concern is just making sure we're not leaking things. That is the great and noble truth of things. Anyways, we're going to do that. You're going to eat this. Yeah, I don't really need to... Oh, you are dying, and I didn't even notice. Well, that's fine. I probably should have saved you, but I think we're okay. Oh, I didn't give Penumbra any morsels. Whoops. Well... Here we are. I did make some mistakes, but that's fine. I probably should have saved the Spore Launcher instead of the other dude. Like, we're mostly okay. Though it did feel dumb that I didn't actually give the number any morsels last turn. Not that it really matters. He's got 1,000 attack, yada, yada, yada. We're pretty okay in that regard. And we're just trying to wait out the waves. Okay. Yeah, this is the only one that's kind of concerning. Unfortunately, it is fairly concerning. Actually, we're going to do this slightly differently. A very long thing. Normally it's not that long, but we have made a situation where it is long. Alright, so we are killing that one instead. So, we can draw our buddy again. You're gonna eat there. I guess I'll do that, even though I suspect it doesn't matter. You're dying. Oh, well. We'll see. Alright, have a nice day, King's team. Good having you. Okay, and then I shouldn't need to worry too much about this wave. Yeah, so I don't need too much more to kill you guys. So we'll use the same trick, basically. And I guess I'll keep you alive, even though it doesn't really matter. Okay. I am taking 1 damage, which honestly does kind of matter at this point, but mostly it's fine. Okay, so we wipe most of the things out of the way already. Especially because we have multiple rounds, so, you know, the decay keeps proccing for turn after turn after turn. Ta-da! We get the win on here. Penumbra doesn't even have to fight. Doesn't even have to fight Seraph. Well, there we go. How many tries are you on for the self-made challenge? We've lost with Bolette twice, though one of them was pretty fast. And we've lost with maybe someone else once. I'm trying to remember who else we lost with. But for the most part, we're making good progress. We've done 5 of the champions now. We have done all of these couple champions. And then this is the first run of Penumbra. Although Penumbra does worry me. Penumbra is not a good champion, especially when you can't cross path. But overall, we're making good progress. I am sad that we lost with Bolette, especially because it was my own fault. We had some really powerful runs. And then I kind of fucked it. So that was my bad. But it's fine. It's not like I dislike playing Bolette. It just would have been nice if I hadn't failed right at the finish line, basically. Hi, Cat. You were determined. A little early, but determined. But, anyways, I'm having a great time with the challenge. I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, so, similar idea. You're gonna go there, there, there. Yeah, I think we can still do it this way. You get that. Okay, so... Yeah, I don't really know where I want to use the grovel. I don't think I tons care. I guess we'll do that for the future. Fine, I get zapped, it's whatever. My guys down here aren't really fighting with, they aren't really fighting with attack damage. I'm not too worried about that. I guess I'll leave that for a later turn in case it matters. I am still taking damage from Dominion every turn, but so long as I can finish this in a reasonable time frame, we'll be okay. Which I think we'll be able to. Because I just play this every turn. The number is going to scale up pretty fast. Yeah, you're stupid sap. Alright, Penumbra gets a lot of big, chunky stats. I guess we'll do that just so you guys will die a little easier. But, like, Penumbra will get to a point pretty quickly where he will smash through Savagery and consequently Entropy. Without too much difficulty. If I can just keep the other dudes alive, then we will do some good work. Unfortunately, you do kill morsels. Which I guess means there's no reason not to put them up front. Yeah, I should have reversed those so that one of the weaker morsels would have been the one to die, but hey. We're still doing okay. We're clearing the waves. And again, Penumbra is just bulking up. I do have a limited number of turns, but we're doing okay. Now I have you, which is sort of nice. Stupid Curse of Entropy. Yeah, I should have done this differently, but I'm still just going to do it this way so I can get more things. Also, need to eat you. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this now. I have places where I can use these, so I may as well use them. Okay. Alright, Entropy should be dead soon. I just want to keep these guys alive. You bastards. You guys are a little concerning, but I think we'll be okay. I guess I'll just not use the Antumbra Assault, even though it's good. I'm still getting low on HP, but it still represents, you know, couple free turns. Specifically, I have like 5 more turns, essentially, which should be okay. Why'd you draw garbage for me, you bastards? Anyways, unfortunately, we're not quite taking down... Oh, I didn't play any morsels up in top 4. That was a mistake. I don't think a big mistake, but it was a mistake. Okay, but Entropy's dead. You're going to basically naturally die from the decay. That is consistently annoying. Oh well. Alright, you're technically alive for the moment, but not really, and you are more or less dead. And there we go! Problem solved. How exciting. And not that I really need to do any of this, but just for my own satisfaction. There we go! I forgot that it's not Dominion dying, because it's almost always Dominion who dies last for me. And so I was like, why did we not finish the fight right there? Turns out, just we need to wait till we got down to Savagery's floor. Totally spaced out. Anyways, we got real low on HP. We didn't take that much damage. We only took 24 compared to the, like, 35 to 45 that I normally take. Or one of the runs earlier today even took, like, 55. Regardless, doesn't matter. It's just that I started that fight with so little HP. That it mattered. But I'm real glad that we kept the Crucible Collector in there, and then also, like I said, a number of the final shop things really helped. Particularly the Twisting Mycelium really helped us block things, because it meant that it was absorbing the corruption on each floor, Dominion's corruption at least, and it just gave us extra bodies and yada yada yada. It was helpful. Anyways, Cat, you were in the way when I still need to type. So, let us record some things for the future. So, this was Glutton, which was probably the easiest of the options, unfortunately. And we did that with what? Aquaths. For units, we had Crucible Collector, which don't care about. I do care about Spore Launcher, though. Like, we knew we were going to be using Spore Launcher on one of the runs. It was just a matter of which run. And I was hoping it wasn't going to be Glutton, but so be it. We still have other options even without it. It just does make things a little more awkward. And then there's Cheery Deathcap, which is a unit that I basically never use. I am sad that we didn't hit Dualism on it or Endless on the other one. It's fine. It did some value for us. It did really help out where I needed, so. And then there's Morsel Master, which I, again, don't really care about. It's a unit that I almost never draft. Which, again, is part of why it's fun to do these challenges, is because it's a unit I basically never draft, and I found a reason why it was important for me to draft. And I think that's all the units. As far as spells go. So there's Packed Morsels. And Umbra Assault. Making of a Morsel, which we didn't really need that. It was basically just another Shade Splitter for us, but fine. Grovel. I think that was all the spells. We didn't use up too many of the important spells. Grovel is a little bit of a loss because it is damage shields, and damage shields are very good, especially in a world where we can propagate them. So even like just being able to get one damage shield on a unit could be important in Under Legion, because you can turn one damage shield into a lot of damage shields. We did have Infectory. And I think that was the only room. Yeah, because we had two of them and we were consistently drawing them with Dante's Footstool. And then equipment, we had Glutton's Maw, which again, a little bit of a loss. It's a good equipment. It's just very solid. But yeah, there we go. Not too big a deal. We didn't use up any of the Ember Drain stuff. We didn't use up Moral Mistress. We didn't use up... Hi, cat. You're in the way. We didn't use up the Trample Tome, though I'm not sure how we'd really utilize that on later runs too easily. There are ways, it's just hard. We didn't use up Shroud Spike. We didn't use up Prismal Dust. Like, there's a lot of things we didn't use up. Again, like Spore Launcher and kind of Grovel and Glutton's Maw are really the big losses there. Also, Infectory is a bit of a loss, but we should be okay. Anyways, that is where we are stopping for the night because I have to do other things in my life, and that's just, frankly, how life works. So, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Hope you're enjoying the challenge. I'm having a great time with it. So, hope you are too. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Have a nice night, everyone.